Okay, so this video is on goal setting. So I think this kind of touches base on results, being results oriented, like we talked about in the last video. But what I want to get into a little bit more detail here is with your health and fitness, in the sense of setting goals that you can achieve, but ones that are realistic for you personally, right? So a lot of people, what they do is they'll take goals that they've seen online and they'll try and incorporate it into their life when they don't have the means to do so. So what I mean by that is they'll take a goal that maybe another individual has a lot of experience in when it comes to working out or eating a certain way, and they'll say that they're going to do that, but what they don't realize is they don't have the capacity to make that happen just yet, right? They haven't been going to the gym as much, maybe they don't have as much power output, they don't have the cardiovascular system, they don't have the mindset or the grit or the determination yet. They don't have those aren't strong capabilities within their toolkit yet to be able to make those happen. And then when they try and do it, they get discouraged and then they stop. So the whole idea of this is to set goals for yourself that are going to be attainable. So you might be asking, well, how do I do that? What do I know that's going to be attainable for me? One thing to do is look at what you've been doing up until this current time and make it a little bit harder, okay? Some people, like I said, are going to be able to make this happen very easily for them. They have a lot of grit, they can really push through, their determination is there, they have a stronger mindset, that's great. Other people, and this is coming from experience working from enough people, it's going to take a bit more time for them to understand. You're just going to have to increase your goals in a realistic way. And what I mean by that is, with one example that I've already talked about earlier on in one of the lessons, was aiming to get 0.5 to 2 pounds per week of weight loss, okay? Aiming between that is going to be a realistic goal. Doing 5 pounds to 6 pounds is not going to be a realistic goal. And I guarantee you, if you do hit that, you're going to feel more lethargic. It doesn't mean, I've had some clients in the beginning drop 5 pounds in the first week, then 4 in the second, then they go about down to 3, and then they maintain 3 for the next few weeks or so, or the next month to a month and a half. Because of water weight, you will possibly lose a little bit more. But again, if that happens, that's great. You still want to stick within a range where it's going to still make you feel good. However, going back on to the topic of goal setting, you want to stay within a realistic range, and that is more realistic. And to some people, it doesn't sound like a lot. There's been so many times where I've talked to them, they're like, really, that's it? Only 2 pounds, considering 3,500 calories or so equals about a pound of body fat. Yeah, because it takes time for the body to be able to break down those calories and then use them as energy, and then utilize that energy through your everyday life with whatever you do, right? What's going on, guys? I hope you're doing well and you're getting a lot of value from the course. I just wanted to take a second to let you know, if you wanted more of a direct and personal approach, then you can get on my app in order to do so. There's 2 options. One with a workout program that's already done for you over the course of 3 months. You can choose whether it's weight loss or muscle building. It has tasks that you're going to need to complete, an area where you can do your nutrition and your macros, and a progressive overload plan that's going to be changed every month to make sure you're always going to be challenged. Or if you want to work with me one-to-one, where I take over your nutrition, I look at your workout plan, I build you something that's specifically for you, that's going to allow you to scale and get the results that you want, and also add in flexibility and mobility movements and exercises to help reduce the chances of you getting injured. Look over your nutrition and your macros to dial in what you should be eating, how many calories you should be intaking, and have accountability calls with you to make sure that you're staying on top of your game and results are always coming in, and scale that for you when needed. So this is something that you want, either option. There's 2 links below, one that's going to take you to the monthly plan, and then the other that's going to take you to a Calendly link that's going to book a call with me. Anyways, that's enough talking from me. Let's get back to the course. So, you want to use this more of a marathon than a race, okay? So it takes time to break those down, and 0.5 pounds to 2 pounds is something realistic to aim for. Aim for the higher end of that, of course, once you, of course, have done your caloric intake and your calculations and then play around with it. But that's something as one example. Another example, very easy, very basic. Aim for minimum 3 times a week. I like to generally see 4 times from a client, but no less than 3. You have to go minimum 3 times a week. Anything less than that is going to really dramatically slow down your results. Or you typically, depending on the person, how much they got to lose, how many calories they actually break down and they lose over time, they might not even get any results too. It all comes down to how many calories they're actually breaking down to versus how many they're in, and then their lifestyle and all that stuff, right? So minimum 3 times a week, going for weightlifting, and then adding cardio on top of that. Now again, you don't have to add cardio, but as I've already mentioned as like a broken record on this course so many times, I would suggest that you do that, okay? Even a more in-depth goal that you can do when it comes to weightlifting, you're gonna do, for just as an example, minimum 3 sets, 10 to 12 repetitions if you're just starting off and getting new into the gym. If you're somebody that's been going for a period of time, like some of my other high-performance clients and individuals, do 15 reps plus. You can do more than 4 sets. You know, routines, you can really play around with it when it comes to building muscle and what you do in the gym and at home. There's no one-size-fits-all type of routine, right? So it's another way that you can look at it is basically doing 3 sets, 10 to 12 repetitions minimum. That's what you're gonna get, and you're gonna do between 4 to 5 different exercises of a body part that you're exercising. That's an area that you have to hit. Another goal that you can do is to ensure, and this is what I get my clients that I work with one-on-one to do, is to ensure that they're hitting their mindset goals. So every client that I work with on a one-on-one basis now, because I'm getting more and more busy, I only have so much time to dedicate to certain clients, but the ones that I do work with, and it differs per individual, they have to hit their mindset goals, right? So you gotta ensure, whether it's reading your book, whether it's going to a certain channel and watching a couple of videos, whether it's journaling, okay, whether it's writing something down, whatever, regardless, you need to hit those at the end of the day as an example of a mindset goal to ensure that you're going to keep building that habit when it comes to building a stronger and more dedicated mindset. So nonetheless, goal setting is important. Make sure you goal set. You can really play around with this and do something that works and make something that works for you. There's so many different options that you can do for yourself. I'm going to have a downloadable sheet with just a bunch of suggestions that you can use for yourself, that you can apply. You don't have to use them. You can use whatever you want on your own, but it's just to get your brain thinking in a different direction so that you can really start to niche down on certain things that you would want to turn into a goal for yourself and that you want to achieve. All right, guys, as usual, talk in the community, back each other up. If there's anybody that has a question, ask it. If there's anybody that can give an answer, please give it. We're all here to help each other out and help each other grow, become better versions of ourselves, and help each other transform as much as possible. And I will see you guys in the next video.